Because then I turn my phone off. Tell us now. Although everyone's probably like, I don't know.
The whole time?
What? Somebody come in, give us feedback.
That sucks.
What?
She's saying yes.
Yes,
saying
what?
She can hear us now.
Now you can hear us.
Dang, the whole time. But I
This is Gina. This is Taylor. Here we are with
I
Talia.
didn't change anything.
Okay, that's really weird. There was a glitch. What did?
Oh no.
Okay.
What?
Do we have to repeat all over?
We have to go and start over? Do we have time? Do you have time?
Hold on. We're live.
30
right now.
minutes.
We're like,
I know. But I want to know, like, if you haven't heard us the whole time,
that's a problem.
we need to like go stop and cut, and we'll edit this and repost it.
Yeah. Absolutely, we do.
Because I don't know why this is not working.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, here we are. You're now hearing us. I'm trying to look at my phone so I can see.
It's almost like we need to go on pretending it.
No, because nothing that we've said has been heard.
We think.
So we need someone to give us feedback.
I mean,
are we hearing it on? Are we seeing any feedback
key
there?
points,
just
summary
and key points.
Because
I didn't change anything.
Right.
So that's why I'm like.
But my question is, from the very beginning, was there no sound?
That's what. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, we are here. We're starting over because I will edit this and we'll summarize it and make it shorter.
Yeah.
But wow, you guys missed. It was a great show. Sorry.
It was fantastic. Fabulous.
That's really weird. I don't know why the sound. I'm bummed that we're just now seeing this. That's what I mean.
Came in.
But that nobody else had commented right here. Because we should have been able to see this. Are there no other comments saying no sound? Okay.
I've been watching.
Well, we are here. Wow, there's so much. This is one of those things you go with technology. Sometimes things are going to totally be wrong, and you have to go, okay, well, here's what we do.
That's right. It's a learning. It's a learning experience.
What? Oh. Which is funny because mine did too. We're on the space shuttle. This is what it is. We're on the Haven 1, and there's no Apple docking station on this, even though it was designed by the Apple. Which for those of you who didn't even hear this, they're going, "What are you talking about?"
I just have a hard time believing that
the whole time there was no sound, and you did nothing just now, so suddenly the sound came on, which is strange. Well, for those of you who have not been hearing us or able to read our lips the whole time, this is Talia Bond.
Yes.
Talia Bond. We're stunned.
Silent right now.
We are stunned because we have covered so much.
Yes, it was a whole marketing class, pretty much.
Wow.
The last 44 minutes.
I'm wondering if it'll pull audio, like maybe it was pulling some of it, but we won't know until we're done. Yeah. But we do have to say, October 29th.
Yes, October 29th
is doing a workshop here with the City of Centennial, their small business Spark program. And it is all about marketing. And the reason we wanted her to share this is because when they book these events every month, it's usually in a small room. We get maybe 15 people coming. And this time we're like, okay, well, let's book the small room and we'll grow it to the 50-person room if needed. And then they're like, okay, we're at 50. And then they called and said, oh, we have more than 50 people.
Where
we go?
So we're moving it.
So then we're like, what are you?
Yeah. What is she doing?
We're now moving to the 200-person ballroom.
Expert.
I just have so many friends.
MBA in marketing from Regis University. Taught classes in Spanish and English at Regis
Which I have a question about that. Were you teaching 2 different classes? Okay. I was picturing you teaching the class
Wasn't
in
that
English
great?
and then saying it again in Spanish.
It was fantastic
like, wow.
because 1 week, 1 week was in English.
You're doing the same class and then it was in Spanish.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I think the first, basically the first 40 minutes of this, well, the first 20 was you talking about space and candy. But you've been giving us this incredible inspirational, like how to be authentic and why it's important.
Well, your personal brand
between your personal brand. But I've been wanting to ask you, like, okay, so you were in marketing, then you franchise, or you buy this, and your husband's like, No, thank you. We do
Mhm.
not need to invest our money in this, which we've seen that.
We've
song
seen
Yeah,
that. We've
yeah,
had that same, yeah.
and that you push forward, and
Yeah.
we're grateful for it. But it's like, okay, so then what are you doing now with the business? Like, what excites you about the business? Because you like helping people market,
Yep.
and now you have these tangible things to offer.
Yeah.
So one, what are the tangible things and services people can
Mhm,
get from
mhm.
Postnet from Talia?
Yes.
Also, two, are you giving like little intangible wisdom lessons?
Yeah.
to people out there
That's
who
what I
can't
mean.
see?
You do help them with their
Absolutely.
branding
Yes.
and their
Yeah.
marketing.
Thank you for the question, because that's
Yeah.
excellent. In the 7 years that I have been at Postnet, the 90% of my clients are the same clients.
Interesting.
They became my
Yes.
friends and my partners, and they are small businesses. And
Yeah.
when they come in, we do a consultation.
Yeah.
And it's not a consultation that I do to charge money, but we
Yeah.
talk about what are their goals, how are they marketing their businesses, how can I help them. We exchange ideas, because at the end of the day, it's their business.
Yeah.
I have 3 graphic designers,
Wow.
and they are young women, students. One of them is my daughter, and the other
Cool.
2
I
are
love
just
it.
amazing young ladies that when you're talking about what excites me, I get excited about seeing their progression in the professional
Yeah.
life. And that to me is very important, because I kind of become like a mentor, right? And it's very, very fulfilling for me.
I love that.
Postnet offers not only the printing side, because I don't want to be thought about, oh, I just need a postcard printed, I'm just going to go there, because then you can go to Kinko's.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere. But what you are going to get at Postnet is your local girls community that not only is going to give you a print, but it's going to actually talk to you, because
Yeah.
we work based on a first name basis there
Yeah.
at Postnet.
And that's the difference. And you
Yeah.
can see that in the fact that all of your people have continued to be customers. of yours.
Yes.
Because if you're just needing something printed, and well, here they may come in just needing something printed, but
Yeah.
you then take them and you're like,
Yes, yes,
like,
yes.
what
yes.
is your goal? And that's going to make them feel known. It's going to make them feel helped in a way that they didn't see you coming in.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're like, this is just a place I'm going to print something. No, no,
No,
This is a place where we're
yeah,
gonna
exactly.
actually give you business advice and dig deeper onto why you're doing the marketing you're
Mhm.
wanting to do, because maybe you're not doing the right marketing.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need
Yeah,
postcards.
yeah.
Maybe you need the bigger signs. Maybe you
Yes.
need to be doing this. And so I think that's really cool, because it is such a sign of your authentic brand and the reason you've been so successful is
Mhm.
because you're not just there to have a franchise, to just like have a business and people the like buying yourself a job sort of thing. You were like,
Mhm.
I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
I want to actually help people in this, and you do.
Yeah,
So it's cool.
yes. And then I have to say, just to add to that, that I place it, Postnet is part of Centennial. And I can't tell you, Taylor, how much I love Centennial.
Yeah.
And the ability that what a business gives you an intangible is the opportunity to learn more about the community where your business is at.
Yeah.
And so I talk to the people in Centennial, the mayor, people that are the city councils. You build those relationships and you talk about what is it that you're looking for your vision, and they help you out. You come to places like the Village Workspace, where there are hundreds of small business owners, entrepreneurs, that they need help. But then it becomes a community where we're all looking for kind of the same vision, which is we all are in it, doing something we love, but also to make profit. And we
it's
shouldn't be ashamed
interesting
of that.
Yeah,
when
right?
you say that
Yeah.
you reach out to the city, because we did the same thing before we
Mhm.
opened. We contacted the city, the small business
Yes.
development group, everything. But that takes initiative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most businesses, they don't even know that
Mhm.
that's the resources that are available. And so I do think same with marketing. It takes you putting yourself out there. I mean, the way that you're marketing this event coming up is so different than most people. They make a flyer with too many words on it and they assume everybody's going to show up.
Mhm.
And what you have to do is you have to, like you were saying, 7 to 10 touch points.
Yes.
You've created postcards. You're not just setting them on a counter and saying, hopefully people will come.
Yeah.
No, you're going as a guest to B&I groups, to
Yes.
networking groups. You're showing up saying, hey, we're doing this event on October 29th.
Yeah.
You're going to the chamber events.
Yeah.
You had flyers there
You
at the
do.
chamber event that we
Yeah.
had. We had a ribbon cutting ceremony here for
Yeah.
another business, and you were there. You're showing up. You're putting yourself out there. Part of your brand is being out there, being visible, which is interesting because being visible is branding.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
branding doesn't mean it's a postcard just by
Right.
itself.
Yeah.
That's one piece of marketing.
Yeah.
Social media, it's on your social media accounts. It's everywhere. And you should get to the point where people say, I see you everywhere.
Yeah. And people have told me like,
see
oh my
you
gosh, you're
everywhere.
everywhere.
You're
I'm like,
everywhere.
I know.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's great. I
It
love
is
it.
great.
It's like I have so many more friends.
And so many people say, my business isn't doing well, but yet they're not showing up anywhere. I mean,
Mhm.
here I go, it is so easy to show up because you just come out into the cafe and there's people every day. You meet people.
Nice.
Yeah.
But if you're not meeting people, you're staying in your office.
It's like this kind
yeah,
of community doesn't work unless you do.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, I think there was a good
I
book
think there was a book
written.
called
Social media doesn't work unless you do.
Yes.
By somebody, yeah, that I've heard of. Yeah.
Yes,
concept of,
it's some Gina Shrek.
When we go on tours with people, I'm constantly talking about this is a community where our goal is to connect, cross promote, team up, and work together. But that only is going to work if you show up. If
Mhm.
you come out of your office, don't go straight from your car in the door to your office
Yeah.
and see the clients that somehow you're getting.
Yes.
It's you actually have
Mm.
to, like, I think this is maybe before microphone gate 2024, as in when all the audio wasn't working. I can't remember if I said this before or after, but you had talked about 7 touch points, and then people will recognize you
Yes.
and kind of understand and know your brand a little
Mhm,
bit. And
mhm.
you do that for your business, and that takes time and years of building that reputation, but you do it even on a smaller scale with your event coming up.
Yes.
You have a big poster board, you've got flyers, you go to groups in person, you've got it on your social, you've got it on your website, you're talking to people. It's just like people put up one flyer and they're like, that's so weird.
Nobody showed up.
Oh my
Well,
God, that's
it's because
funny.
of the other 35
Yeah.
flyers. That's why. And
Yeah.
where people kind of assume here, it's like, well, I think people will just talk about it and you guys will
Yeah.
just tell people.
But
And
we
I'm
have
like,
Yeah.
events
nobody-
every day here. So
Oh,
how do you
wow.
stand
and
out?
Tell them to
nobody
talk
can
to me.
How do you
also
stand
talk
out?
about your event better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people will be like, what's this about? And I'm like, I don't really know. She didn't tell me, or they didn't tell me. And so then that's a horrible representation.
Yeah,
You didn't talk to me,
exactly.
so I could talk to other people. You're out there getting people excited.
Yeah, let's get
and they're
excited
talking to other
because
people.
yeah,
Well,
and
and one thing we talk about branding and things you're going to talk about at this workshop. Branding starts with you identifying what are the touch points you have with your customers. So it could be your website when somebody goes to your website. If you're saying you're
Yeah.
fun, but your website is boring, or if you read your copy and nothing in your website copy is fun,
Mhm.
then you need to change your website copy.
Right, right.
If
that's your
you
brand.
if that's your
If
brand,
that
if
is
your
your brand.
brand is
Yeah.
professional, but you have
Yeah.
Comic Sans as your email
Oh,
font,
the nerve.
yeah,
If you're a
that's
lawyer,
not, it
you don't
doesn't.
want comedy in there.
Yeah,
'Cause I want to know you're going to take me
You need to
seriously.
make sure that
Yes.
everything flows, your colors, your fonts, everything should be consistent.
Mhm.
And we talk about, because I need to repeat this in case our sound was out, and Nick, in case you're listening,
Yeah, Nick.
because
Yeah.
I think that's who cut us off. Maybe our electricity went out, because Nick heard
Maybe
me
he turned off the
talking
lights. Yeah.
smack about taking our signs down. Talia makes makes signs that, so we have our little parking lot signs. When you pull up here, it says like Rockstar Parking, or hey, good looking, get in here, your superpowers are needed, or whatever. We have like 50 of them in our parking lot, and we were told last week we need to take our signs down.
I don't think so, Nick.
Listen.
And I was
Over
like,
our dead bodies.
yeah,
Nick.
over my dead
not
body.
gonna
You know what?
happen.
I'm going to chain myself
Yeah.
to the signs in our parking lot, and
I
it'll
love
be
it.
like the tractor will come to dig us up. Look for it on 9 News. But we were talking about, but that's a touch point. When somebody pulls into our parking lot and they
Yes.
see the signs, they immediately go, oh, this is a fun
Yes,
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be different in here.
Yes.
And that's
And
one of
yes.
those marketing touch
I
points.
hesitate to say this. I do. I
Say it.
hesitate to say this
Go
because
ahead.
it may send her on
Over.
a tangent that we don't need. So just look at me. It's gonna be okay. We don't need to talk about it right now. But
My blood, take my
it
blood
is
pressure.
also signs and marketing and everything is important from the very beginning. You have to think of touch points like you're saying, but I'm gonna even bring it back further. It's like not even from when they park, but when they pull in the parking lot, which we have a giant building. Which side do I go on? Because
Mhm.
you don't this is where I'm like, don't.
Mm.
He gets really fired up because there's some city laws. we
City
have to
City of Centennial
follow.
employees be listening to this part.
But it's like, okay, so it's the attitude. You can change someone's attitude with
Sometimes.
you can change someone's attitude by the time they come in. Let's say they're having a stressful day, but
Yes.
your signage is
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
They park and it says like, hey, we needed you in here today, or
Yes.
you look fabulous.
Yeah.
Then they come in and it smells good because you've got candles, but also you've got calming colors, you've got branding that's very clear on which room they're going
Yeah.
to. You have flyers you can give them if they need information. It's like these materials that you're selling people are not just
A
No.
postcard or a
No,
sign.
it is not.
Right.
It's
Yes.
something that can actually change people's attitude towards
Absolutely.
your business, your
Right.
space,
And yourself.
and yourself.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story actually, because you mentioned that when I came the first time to visit the Village Workspace, it was because of a City of Centennial event or something. It was my first time pulling over, and that little signage out there, it says, I was parking and I was a little stressed out because I was late and I didn't know where I was going. You know, that happens every time you go to somewhere new, right? Am I in the right place? But I'm parking and the little signage says, hello, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I feel alive.
They see me.
They see me. Oh my God.
Well,
Welcome.
I get
Your total demeanor changes.
Changes.
The stress
Yeah.
goes away. And like you mentioned, Gina, the other messages are, you know, hello, gorgeous, but come here and fix the world and things
Yeah.
like that. And this is a community space, Nick, where there are hundreds of people that need that message when they park their cars.
Yes.
mess with
You
me.
just cannot take them away.
No.
Yeah.
Plus, they are not huge. They are not 12 by
No.
18.
No.
They are just about 4 by
I
It's
6.
believe they're
not-
12
It's not a
by-
big deal.
I
So,
believe they are 12 by
yeah,
18.
it's not. It doesn't look trashy. Okay, it looks
No.
very
Yeah,
elegant.
no, but
actually,
it's more than just signage. It's more than
Yes.
just cute. It's beyond
Yeah.
how
It
it's beyond helpful.
differentiates you too.
Changes.
Differentiates
Yeah.
you. It sets you like in the bathroom. We have signs that say like the sink, the soap doesn't work, and like it doesn't work. It's slow. Okay, so
Mm.
like you have to do it once if it's been sitting there a while, and then you have to do it
Twice.
twice. And we would get people all the time.
You're out of
is
soap.
broken."
You're out
But
of soap.
Instead of
Yeah.
being like, oh my gosh, we have to get new
Right.
soap or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
You put a sign on there that just says, I'm shy. Wave once to get my attention and twice to get soap. No one has spoken since.
And people now come up and go, I have to say, I love the little sign on your soap.
yes,
And
it
and it is funny.
changes.
It's like it changes their perception of
messaging.
things. So
They could be cranky.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
help them with the sign. So
Yes.
we now
Um,
have a vacuum going and pounding on the wall.
this is just
So it's been,
a day.
but you look at us.
You know
we-
what?
It's great.
Look at us.
It's,
We're
Keep
doing great.
it's
going, people. Life
great.
happens.
awesome.
But I do hear the trolley coming in. So
Woo!
we will end with our favorite things because we're going to wrap it up with some of our ding, ding, jump on.
Oh, you hit it perfectly.
Did
don't
I?
know.
I didn't know that. I just have lots of practice. But we end the segment always talking about something that's our favorite from the week
Mhm.
or something that you have, whether it's a podcast, a book, something. Do you have something that
Yes.
you love?
Well, there is a book that I read about 5 times, and the name of the book is Your Next 5 Moves.
Oh, I have not
by-
read that.
Patrick Bett Davis.
Okay.
And
Next 5
these, I'll tell
Moves.
you what, guys,
I'm
that
inspired by
is
this.
Yeah.
something about, but that is something about messaging and how do you receive messages and how do you then take them in. And what I learned about myself reading this book 5 times, and it goes with the way that I was raised, is that this book is authoritative, right? It tells you, kick
Do
your
this.
own butt. I mean, like you are being lazy about your business. You are being lazy about yourself.
Yes.
You are not doing A, B, C, D. Like, what are you doing? Right? Kick your own butt and do these things. And
Preach.
when I was,
Sister.
and then when I was listening, because it's an audio, right? When I was listening to the book, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not, oh my God. So I was
doing-
like, I have to do this.
I do love that it's your next 5 moves and you listen to it 5 times.
5 times.
So
Crazy.
have you made all 5 moves?
Yes, there is a questionnaire talking about personal brand. There is a questionnaire that this book has about you. So it tells you, go ahead and go to a quiet place and answer these questions, right? And all those questions are about you.
Mm.
Once you take the time, and what he says is that if you're just going to do it just to do it, not even think about it, then don't even bother. Do it, but do it with a conscious that you want to learn about you, what ticks you, what doesn't work, what do you like, what are your values. It's super important because then you know about yourself, and that it gives you a strategy to build your personal brand.
I love it.
I love
Okay, your next 5
Your
moves.
next 5
My
moves.
next 5
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm
You know
gonna
what more of that was, by the way, October 29th. Just
October
another
29th.
reminder.
This is your
Yes.
first move.
Here at the village.
Your first 5.
9
Your
a.m.
one of
Your
your
first
moves come. At
That's right.
yeah, it is 9
Move
a.m.
1, park,
Yes,
move 2,
9
come in,
a.m..
move 3, get coffee, move 4, go to
Yes.
the class, move 5, eat breakfast.
Yeah,
Your
and when you
first
park your
move.
car, look at those signs that
Yes,
are right
look
out
at
in our
them.
parking lot.
Hopefully by then they will be printed by Postnet.
There's going to be more.
And
We
there
have
will be more,
25
yeah.
more coming.
Five
What's your
years.
good favorite thing? Your next 5 moves.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite thing this week? I always put her on the spot. She's
She
not
puts me on
ready.
the spot.
As if she's just hearing this for the first time that we do this.
I mean, this
Um,
is my first time here. How did I even? I
It's
don't
not
never
your
done-
first
Okay, I
rodeo.
do have a favorite thing,
What is it?
but it's so random.
We love
But you know
that.
what? I think this could help. Okay, for those of you who like Legos or have kids who like Legos, my
Oh,
new
yeah.
favorite
Oh,
app
yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
is called Brick It.
Brick it.
Yes, and
Okay.
it's the coolest. I may have talked about
It's been
it.
around
Ah.
for a long time.
Did I talk about it?
I think you were just telling me, and I was like, oh, I've heard of this.
Okay.
Like I talked about it a long time ago.
Listen, you lay out all your Legos, and then it scans them. So it takes 15 seconds. It scans all your Legos on the ground, and then you leave them where they're at, and then it tells you here are the thousands of things you can build from your exact Legos that you
Oh,
have.
wow.
And then what you do is when you're going through, so like we chose to build like a baby Yoda or something, which I know for those of you who's like, you're not a baby, whatever, baby Yoda. And it doesn't just say, it says like get the tan piece that's the 4 skinny, whatever. It doesn't just say that. And then you look through, it has a picture of your Legos and highlights where like those 6
Where
pieces
in your
are. So it's
pile?
like pick one of these and then build it. So
That's
it's
cool.
quick. My 6-year-old can do it. It's very fun. But it's just my favorite thing to go. I'm a work-life balance gal through and through, and so I go home and I have to listen to fiction books. I build Legos. I just like turn my phone off. And
She's such a
meanwhile,
Renaissance
I'm
woman.
Such a Renaissance.
You
I
are a
don't have the
Renaissance gal.
Bluetooth watch. I'm like, listen, I need to be connected as little as possible.
Good for you.
Yeah. Good for
Yes.
you. Good for you.
Yes,
This-
absolutely.
Yeah,
Says
good
with
for
disdain.
you.
She says with actual.
Yeah.
No, yes, I am.
Kindness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
think
her and I
you
had
should,
this
yeah.
conversation one day
Mhm.
about
Yes.
this.
Over drinks.
But you know what? Your AR, that is an AR augmented reality tool, an app that you use for Lego, Brick It.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that takes us to my favorite
transition.
thing. Good transition. Except that my phone also died.
Oh, no.
So
you can talk.
I can talk about it. I just can't show you. Talia thought we were going to be drinking in the podcast.
That's why I came.
She was like, I'm ready. I took
I'm
work.
ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're
Yes.
going
Brought my
to, yeah,
glass.
5 o'clock somewhere.
yeah, 4 o'clock.
Yes,
Here
4
at the
o'clock.
village, 4 o'clock on Tuesdays. Be here. It's our member
Member
mixers. But this, it's cheap wine, which is my favorite.
Because
And
they all taste the same
They
to
all
me.
taste the same to me. So this is called 19 Crimes. It has been around. This has been around for years because I think I've been talking about this and showing people,
Oh, for years.
and I get so excited about it, and nobody knows it. So
And they're like, it's because you love Snoop Dogg.
I
Okay,
love
got it. Listen.
no,
Yeah.
so it's Snoop Dogg. First of all, Snoop Dogg, his marketing team is on
Mm, yeah,
fly,
yeah.
on spec, on
Yeah.
fleek, whatever it is,
that guy.
They're good.
because they're good.
I'll
Because
translate.
he's everywhere right now. He is everywhere.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
on this particular bottle, but usually it is a criminal picture. And they have 19 crimes that were committed. I think all of them, except Snoop Dogg, they were in Australia. So they're all Australian
Oh, it's an
criminal.
Australian wine?
It's an Australian wine.
Okay.
And so you scan. So here's what you're going to do. You don't even have to buy the wine if you don't want to. Just go to their liquor store.
Yeah,
And
and-
you're going to blow the liquor store clerk's mind because they don't even know that it does this. But on the back, no, every time I go, have you seen it talk? Have you seen it talk? And they go, how many bottles have you had?
Man, are you?
Yeah.
feeling
Are
That's
you,
stable?
are
right.
you
Get
feeling
your
stable?
phone.
Should we not sell you this?
You
But
see someone next to me.
on the back of the bottle, there is a QR code.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Tiny.
Small,
Tiny, and
but
it's going to
still-
take you to Living Wines is the app, and you don't even need to download the app. It used to be in the old days you had to download the app and then you would hold it and it's augmented reality. But now you scan the QR code and it asks for your birth date to make sure. Then you will open up it automatically opens up your camera and you scan you don't scan it, you just hold your
it,
phone in
yeah.
front of the label, and all of a sudden on this one Snoop Dogg starts talking and he starts telling you about the crime that he committed. I'm sure it's just smoking pot or something. Yeah. And so, but every 19 crimes bottle will do this. And so it is so cool that even whenever I have to bring wine, even though I don't want to drink it, I want to buy it. So good
Yeah.
job, 19 crimes. However, 19 crimes, you need to do a better job of
There needs to
marketing.
be something on there that says like
19.
scan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
it
make me
does.
talk.
It says it, but who reads the back of
reads
a
the
wine bottle?
Yeah.
So you have
That
to
says,
read the back of
me,"
this,
or
but
make me talk.
make me
on the
talk.
front.
That's what, and you should do a better job going into the liquor stores, educating the teams of saying, when somebody brings up a bottle, say, have you heard it talk? And then they can show the customer and they'll want to go buy more. They'll want to buy every one of the 19 crimes.
Yeah.
See,
So
that
that's my marketing.
That is a
Well, that's
marketing
not-
It
advice
goes back to
worth like
talk about
thousands
it.
of dollars.
Talk
Gina.
about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you're spending
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of dollars creating these talking wine labels, but nobody knows about them. So
Snoop, come
get
on
this
now.
and do this.
Get on
Yes.
with the
Okay?
agenda.
Get
Yeah.
on
That's
board.
right.
get on board. So yeah, Talia, this was so fun. I don't know what
What a
happened
bump
to
in
our
the road we've come
audio
into. We did.
in the beginning, but if we're going to go back and edit this down and it'll be probably our shortest podcast ever
If
by the time
audio
we're,
didn't work.
yeah,
We
the audio
will
didn't work.
persevere.
But I do also have to give a shout out to Steve Spangler and his crew, because I'm guessing you guys are listening. He is sending me messages saying, bring me coffee in room 111 or 112. And I'm
Doesn't
like,
exist. Oh, that
what? Yeah. And he's not here. He's at his office,
Ah.
but they're just messing with us. So Spangler, coffee's going to explode on you soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't wanna be close to
I was like, why? Wait, why is he saying bring coffee? But I get
if
the
you-
reference, the callback.
Let's pretend the audio didn't cut out the whole time. Then you're welcome for like just the best episode ever.
Because
Watch
we
just
because
persevere.
we
You got-
dropped
Mhm.
some
we dropped some
fun
wisdom bombs. Then
Yes.
if it didn't, and it is a short episode, what I can say is come on the 29th.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We're saying like, oh my gosh, I want
Register.
More. You know
That's
what?
right.
You can get more.
And you can find information about the event on the villageworkspace.com/events. You'll see the event there. Where can they connect with you if they want to just go on? This woman is a passionate Latina that's feisty and marketing expert. How do they connect with you?
Just come to Postnet Centennial, and stop by because I'm usually there.
And if they want to connect with you online,
They can look me up on LinkedIn.
okay.
Talia Bond.
Bond.
Yeah.
Talia Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was really
It was
fun.
really fun.
Thank
And you know what? It's almost 4:00.
I know.
And
Oh
we
my
can go
God. I can believe
somewhere.
we talk a lot, but
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. So
It was a
thank
lot
you.
of fun.
Thank you for
So
bringing me
you
in.
are a gem.
This
Staying
was
back, 'cause
awesome.
This is always the part. You know?
Yeah, this is the
so
awkward
live.
when you're trying to hang up
Yes.
from a Zoom call. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
As you respond. Oh, bye.
Goodness, we didn't have the trolley
Oh,
take
and
us
our
out.
trolley is taking us
Trolley's
back.
taking us out. Bye.